They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by the City of Stanford, Kentucky. Come back home to Stanford. L81 Bottling Company. Taste, love, and share the tradition. Woods Equipment Company has every tool you need to make working the land as rewarding as hunting it. Good Foods Co-op, Marksbury Farm Market, Weisenberger Mill, your village shop.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Obviously we're not in the kitchen right now. We will be in a little while. As you can see, the weather's not too bad, so we will be at the cabin tonight, but look at little Mags. Hey Mags, Mags, looky here. Guess what Mags is? Mags is a mommy, and she's a good mommy.
Yes, she is.
Let's peek right over our shoulder and see what's going on behind us. You see one of them is a clone of Maggie, and the other two look just like Moses. Now, there's two white ones. One's a boy, one's a girl, and the little one that looks like Maggie is a boy. Everybody's talking about names. Now, on the farm, we have a tradition. I don't know how this got started. Well, Janine, probably, because she named that one sheep Mavis. So it's all M names. So we started thinking, we need to come up, we've got some in mind. We're not sure exactly what we're going to name them, but if you want to play a little Facebook game, start sending us some M names and think appropriate for dogs and thinking about the current critters we have named. And if you give us something absolutely outside the realm and we use your name, we will send you a little Country Kitchen packet of a book and a hat and so on and so forth.
Good idea.
Let's go peek inside. Now there's a little heat lamp over here. That's why it's kind of pink colored in there, but oh my goodness. I tell you what, Nicki, let's just go ahead and grab and bring him out.
Let's have some puppies.
Yeah. No, these are not the least bit cute.
No.
It's your baby. It's your baby. She's been such a good mommy.
They're so strong.
So we have three.
I want them all too. We got to keep everyone.
Yeah, you know, and people have been saying, hey, can we get some of those dogs? If she has a bigger litter someday, probably. But we are, right now, let me show you some pictures of what they were doing the other day. We are building some fence because we're going to expand and have more sheep, more flock, which means we need more guard dogs.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to keep these three, and maybe later we'll have some we can give away.
They want their mama.
Yeah, okay, let's take her back in. Now listen here in a minute in the background. Here's kind of the sad part of this, is that we had to get Maggie down in the old chicken coop. And she misses Moses. Can you hear her?
She cries. He
Bless
cries
her.
too.
She just moans, and they'll sit there and look at each other. So as soon as we can, we got to get them back together because you got to hear them out here howling. They love each other.
They do love each other.
They really do.
Kind of like us. Aww.
So we got critters coming on. We're expanding the ranch. You saw us building our fence. Moses is missing Maggie, but not too bad. I think she's missing him more than he's missing her.
Well, because we're here today.
Yeah,
when we
here.
leave, he'll cry.
But I think we're going to have some little bouncing lambs here in the wintertime.
I do too.
Probably some of them be in the house. But,
Okay.
you know, things are advancing around here. We want to have more critters. Again, this is the first nice day we've had to be outside for a long time, but we want to do absolutely as much as we can on this farm to bring in as much food to put on our table as we can right here. Now, we got Large Marge. Here's a picture of Marge when she wasn't so large. Next thing you know, Marge is very large. In fact, Marge was about 340 pounds when we took her to the processors. And man, they did a great job.
They did.
We had some pork chops that were about that thick the other night.
Best I've ever had.
I'm telling you what, you know, every time we get a pig, we're like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that again. Then we run out of pig like,
Okay, we have enough pig now to last 2 years with that one pig.
We do. That's a very
Yes.
large pig, but we're gonna be eating a lot of pork. That being said, we got a lot of our pork ground instead of into sausage, just like you'd have ground burger, ground pork. How many things can you do with ground pork?
Oh, wow.
A lot. Now, if you hearken back to when we visited Hawaii not too long ago, we wanted to know some local meals, and a lot of them were fixed with ground pork.
Right.
This one here, we'll show you a few minutes of this. This was one of the best dishes I've ever had in my life. Very popular on the Big Island, a very Thai-tasting, wonderful meal. But tonight, it's all about puppies and pork. Let's pet him a little bit more, give him a little treat, and go to the cabin.
Alrighty.
This is a preview. It's the only thing that's left.
It's delicious.
What we had last night. We're going to show you a special dinner for two
Aw, how
on
romantic.
Valentine's Day that is absolutely beyond.
Amazing.
And I'm sure somebody is going to enjoy this. Look here, Morgan. Look at that. Oh, that's not going to be good. So Moses didn't want the chicken to have his bone.
Can you blame him?
You know, it cracks me up. At least he's not eating chickens.
Right, he just lets him know it's his.
Yeah. And you know what? Those chickens are unafraid of anything.
Well, you know, when he was little and we brought him, everyone used to try to take his food. Remember the sheep? So he protects his food. He's learned to do that.
Speaking of eating, you know what? We're going to do a lot of eating today. And looking back, today's the day. We talked about Lane's Diner. We were doing the 127 yard sale. This guy said, hey, I run this outfit over here. He said, you want a big burger? I said, yeah, I'd love a big burger. He said, well, come right on over here. And he made us a big burger.
Yeah, and that was the normal burger.
The normal burger's huge.
Yes.
But I found out about this challenge. He said, this burger's like 86 pounds and 20 feet tall. And he said, if you can eat this burger, I think they've had like 40-some people try and 40-some people fail.
Yeah.
Later today, I can't eat too much.
Right.
Because later today, I'm going to take the challenge. You think I'm up to it?
You could do it.
I've been training.
You could do it. Have you been training?
Yeah.
Then you'll be able to do it.
We'll see what happens. That's going to be a lot of fun, and they do have huge burgers. Just their regular burger.
Delicious, too.
If you're looking for a burger that's thick, just go to Lane's Diner in
Right.
Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
Good French fries.
Right down the road. My mouth's
Good
watering
everything.
right now while I'm talking about it. But you know what? We just got our pig back, like we mentioned earlier. Look at these crates full of wonderful Large Marge meat. Processing was fantastic this year. You made me a pork chop the other night, and I was like, wow, this is not just a pork chop. And these pork chops are
Yeah,
about this
it's
thick, by the way.
delish.
But you had a little something secret. How long have you been doing that?
10 years, maybe.
10 years
20,
like that?
30, maybe 60, 70.
Where'd you get the idea? We can't give it away, but
My mom. I always watched her cook.
wow. Great pork chops. Very easy, but some very subtle flavors that Nicki's gonna, maybe next week we'll do that.
And some good gravy.
Now, this time when we had our pig processed, we decided to get ground pig instead of sausage because you can very easily make your own sausage. You saw us make our brats not too long ago. Now, when I say sausage, that doesn't mean necessarily you have to use casings. Now, what a lot of old timers know is that you can take your sausage patties, fry them up on either side, put them in a little jar, in a pint jar or a quart jar, and can them just like you would can deer. Let's take a look at our canning deer segment. Use the same temperature, same amount of time, and you can put those up on the shelf and pull those out,
And they're delish.
reheat them, and have them for whatever you want. Now tonight we're going to take some of our ground pork and we're going to make a simple, sweet Italian sausage. Now we can use those in meatballs
Yum.
for spaghetti,
Sausage for breakfast.
sausage for breakfast, and you can make a breakfast sausage fresh. You can take this out and make it to your liking without any pink salt.
That's right. Put it in a quiche.
You put it in a quiche. You
Yeah.
can put, better yet, you can put it in a freezer.
That'd be good. Good idea.
And, measure it
Yeah.
out per pound and say, okay, this is good for so. You could go ahead and pat them out if you wanted to. So we're going to do that very easy recipe, but we don't waste anything. Now, a lot of people say, I don't like liver. And you either like it or you don't. Now, if you take your pork liver and you make liver and onions, which we did, a little strong in it.
Smell good though, but a little bit strong.
Smells good, but a little bit strong.
I still liked it.
Still like it. Now, calf liver obviously is wonderful.
Right.
But we're going to find a use for this, and we found a use, and look, sitting right here in front of us. That is the finished product, but being that I'm in training for this, I have to go ahead and start. My salivary glands flowing.
Okay, getting ready to eat.
So I'm going to take a bite of this stuff right here. This is a pate we made.
That's
Oh, yeah.
delicious. That's good.
Onions. You got to have onions. We're going to show you how to make a liver pate out of a pork liver. Now you can do this with beef, or you can do it with chicken. Some people do this differently. I think we got a friend who's going to come over and show us how she does some chicken liver. I think it's going to be a little bit different.
And she does it with lamb also. Delicious.
To get this thing started, let's move this out of the way. Now, what is a pate? It's a spreadable, fatty meat. Some people might call this a mousse. What's a mousse? It's anything you whip up that has air in it. There's a chocolate mousse.
It's creamy.
So this could be a pate, could be a mousse. First thing you have to do is we're going to get about a pound pork liver. We got a little bit of milk sitting over here. We're going to cut all the connective tissue off on this. When I was a kid, I couldn't stand liver. Now I can't get enough of it. So if you haven't tried it for a while, you might want to give it a revisit.
So I loved it as a kid. Oh, it's
You know,
crazy.
We didn't have it,
You didn't have it very often.
but probably every other week or so. And I started, as I got a little older, I started developing a taste for it. Like I said, now I just absolutely love it. We're just going to cut this up in, inch or so pieces. Drop that in milk. I'll pull a little bit of blood out, make it a little milder. Last week, we made the chicken.
That's good.
You know what? I messed around with it a little bit more. I found one more ingredient.
Uh-oh. Don't tell
that
anybody.
we'll add later. But you know what? That was good chicken.
Yeah, it
if
was
I do
very
say so
good. It was
myself.
delicious.
I called my buddy Bama. He called me. He says, "What'd you do all day today?" Because I retired from Kentucky Afield. For those asking, we need to get this out there. Kentucky Afield was a show, a hunting and fishing show, that I hosted for 20 years. And now I'm retiring from that. Best job in the world. But we're spending our time here now with Country Kitchen. A lot of people say, "Oh, are you not doing Country Kitchen?" Yes, we're still doing Country Kitchen. In fact, we have plans to hopefully do this for a long, long time, and the Homemade Jam Show is still going. So we're not going anywhere. We'll be spending more time in the kitchen. But that being said, he said, what are you doing all day? I said, I'm trying to figure out the best chicken in the world. And we spent 8 hours on that and came up with something pretty good.
You did a good job.
Today, out of our ground pork, look at that. Is that not
looking.
yummy? I'm telling you what. Now this is made into about a pound packages. So I made a mixture for a pound of ground pork. Now, ground pork is wonderful stuff. You can use it for anything. That recipe that we had down there, we had a lot of Thai seasonings in it with some Japanese eggplant.
It's delicious.
It was
Very
absolutely
spicy.
wonderful. That
That's
was
good.
one of the most popular ground pork items on that island, and it was tremendous.
Yeah, it
Couldn't
was
stop eating.
delicious.
Today, we're going to do something. We're not going to cook this up. We're going to just show you the mixture. So many things you can do with this. We will mainly use this in our spaghetti. Our spaghetti is a little bit different from most people's. If we tried to make our spaghetti in a restaurant, we would go bankrupt.
That's true.
Because there's
many good things.
Too many good things in it. But this is one of them. So let's cut this open. This is very simple. Now, what are we going to add? Now, here's what we're going to put in the sausage, or this mix, I guess you could call it. And again, this is per 1 pound of ground pork. Half a teaspoon of anise seeds, a 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seeds, and we're going to take those and we're going to smash them up a bit. 1½ teaspoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary, all these are dried, 1/2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Mrs. Farmer has removed her bling so we can mix it up. You know the things I get out of being a one-armed person. This takes two hands.
That's not nice. That smells
All
delicious.
right, we're just going to basically start spreading that out as you mix it all up. Doesn't that smell wonderful?
It does smell really good.
This is just basically, and you can find this in your grocery stores under sweet Italian sausage, or sometimes you'll find it in a 1 pound package. Then you can put this again right back in your freezer. Bring it out as you need it for whatever assorted things. Lasagna, man, this is good lasagna.
That'd be good.
And spaghetti and meatballs. All right, I'm going to try not to sneeze from all the pepper flying around. Let's set that aside and let's go back to our pate. Mrs. Farmer, how about some butter?
Perfect.
What we're going to do is we're going to cut up an 1.5 onions. Now, we like the sweet yellow onions because, as we said, the pork liver is a little bit stronger than normally if you're eating calf liver or chicken liver. It's a little bit stronger than that. Gotta get my scoopage. Thank you, Kelly. Nice Christmas present. Now, that's a lot of onions. It seems like a lot of onions, but they're going to cook down. I'm going to go ahead and get a little flavor going in here.
Smells good already.
A little purple. Mm-hmm. You know, I guess it's time we should probably explain about the Pepper Bandit. A lot of people are saying, who is the Pepper Bandit? What is this? Because, the show's been on for 4 years. A lot of people get it. Now, way back when, we did an Alaska cruise for this show. We're going to be doing more traveling on the show, so that's coming up shortly. We met some of the finest people in the world.
We sure did.
Glenn and Patricia. He said, now, he's real soft-spoken, real sweet guy. He says, I love everything you do, but you put a lot of pepper in it. So from that point on, it became a running joke. We have met the nicest folks out. And I guess people who are old-fashioned and like the old ways and like what we're doing are just generally good people.
Yeah, you're right.
And we have made lifetime friends. So we're not going to ever call you viewers. They're friends.
That's right.
All right, our onions are getting there. Get them a little more brown. I'm getting ready to make you a spot. 3 cloves of garlic. Don't we make a good team?
We sure do.
And that's going to add some nice robust flavor. Now, we're getting to the point, Nikki, where we can start thinking about adding some liver to this.
All right, let me get the liver.
I'm going to leave the heat up like it is, if you'll grab the liver.
Okay.
Strain it off just a little bit.
Good.
Yep. Go ahead and plop that in. Oh, the sizzle. Now, we're going to cook this around in here, add some salt and pepper till we get that nice and cooked up. Also, don't forget M names.
That's right, we need some help.
Boys and girls.
You have one I like.
You can't tell them. Well,
All right.
you want to go ahead and tell them?
Tell them the one.
Which one?
Maximus, I love that.
Maximus or Maximilian?
Yeah, Maximilian's cute.
So don't do that one because that's a possibility. And another one we like is Michelangelo.
That's cute too.
But if you can find something more spectacular than that, we're wide open. We really haven't settled on a girl name.
Yeah, we need a girl name.
We take our mixture of liver and onions, which I could eat
It smells good like that.
just like that, into our little food processor. I'm going to continue to add salt and pepper to sweeten this up. You could add a little sugar. To that, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of cream.
Yum.
And we're going to take some brandy, a little over 1/4. Plop that in there.
Smells good.
Nice complex flavors going on there. Now let's come back with about 1/2 block of cream cheese.
Yum.
It's nice and hot, so that's going to kind of melt that, even if you do have cold cream cheese. And that's going to add some creaminess and some richness to add to those wonderful flavors.
It's perfect.
Let's give that a shot.
Looks good. What do you think?
Oh yeah. You know what? If possible, that's better than the first batch. Now we're going to pour this out. A little dish. All right.
Beautiful.
We're going to set this off with a little sprig of basil.
You know those are from the atrium, still growing?
Those are from the atrium.
And the rosemary?
Look at that.
I like it.
Into the fridge. I'll open it if you'll put it in there. Aren't you glad we didn't waste that liver?
I am glad. But you know what? You better watch how much you're eating here. You need to get ready. Let me help you. You got a big burger to eat. Can you do it?
Let's just get my juices flowing. I think I can pull it off.
I do. Don't need any more of this.
That's 5 pounds.
You need to go jog around.
I need one more of these.
All
Just
right.
to see what.
You need to go run around.
You think I can do it?
Yeah, I think you can do it.
Let's go to Lane's Diner.
You can do it. You can do it.
All right, we're at Lane's Diner, and this guy's name is Bill Lane. Go figure. You have anything to do with this outfit?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. I was at the 127 yard sale right over here, which we were doing the segment. And you said, man, you gotta go over and try a burger. I'm like, okay. Well, I tried a burger, and it was huge, and it was delicious. It was quality beef. So everything we've had here has been wonderful. You're in Lawrenceburg, but then you told me about this challenge. Tell me what the challenge is.
The challenge itself is it's a burger challenge. It comes with fries and slaw, as you can see. It's a pound of slaw, a pound of fries. The burger weighs 5.5 pounds. Ground chuck, hand patted. It's a beast. That's all I can say. I'm 43
How did you come up with
now.
this idea?
Last year it was cold, about like today, and having a store in Lawrenceburger, it just came to me as far as Lawrenceburger. I mean, I think that's the perfect name for a burger.
I've got 2 guys that are gonna help me do this today.
Okay.
Been doing my breathing exercises, a little meditation, a little starvation. Patrick, come on in. Chris, come on in. We're going to do this thing.
Uh, 45 minutes. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Go.
All right, I'm going to dismantle this guy. All right, then. Look at Patrick. Look how serious he is. I think he's going to do it.
Got a chance.
Watch Patrick go. Turn up. Oh, that's a good burger. Do you have a strategy? You have a strategy?
Just go as fast as I can.
Don't forget to swallow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, but there has to be a technique.
Well, here's the deal. If your body, if you eat real fast, you can get out of your body. And it doesn't know it's full yet. Oh. Where's Belle? Pump us up. Oh, it's very good. Oh, what's going on? You think I can do it?
I think you can do it.
You sure it's still snowing? Yeah, it looks good out there. Hey, come in and see me here in a minute. Come back and see me in a minute. We'll talk about something. Yeah. Bill, is it still snowing? Still snowing? Woo! Man, I ate that one fast. Look, guys, down to 1.
Hey!
I tell you what. Oh, God. Whew. I'm getting there.
What I have here is the complimentary white towel, or like I call the white to
You
go
calling it a
box.
white towel? Patrick, you calling it?
I think so.
Chris?
Yep.
Now, I fasted for days. Couldn't pull it off.
Did?
Yeah. What? What are you saying? You say I don't look like I fasted?
Yeah.
What are you saying? You say I'm jolly?
No. What I'm saying is, I think I should have known that ahead of time.
Well, hey.
I ate breakfast this morning.
How much breakfast?
2 English muffins.
But you know what? If you want to take this challenge, come to Lane's Diner. What's the address?
1085 Eagle Lake Drive, next to the Eagle Lake Convention Center.
I can't believe I didn't eat the whole thing. From Lane's Diner in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, it's all about good times.
Good friends.
And good eats.
And this is good eats. And I'm going to eat a little bit more. And then we're going to the house and take a nap for about 5 hours.
To order a cookbook or DVD of the show, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm. Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by Diamond Gusset Jeans, the original Gusset Jean. Careful craftsmanship, continual improvement. Diamond Gusset Jeans, born and worn in the USA since 1987.
Is it the insightful strategies and analytical capabilities that make Edward Jones one of the biggest financial services firms in the country? Or is it 13,000 financial advisors who take the time to say thank you?
Night, Jim. Gonna be a while?
I am, Liz. Got a little writing to do.
It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.